Namaskaram Rasikas. Today I thought I would speak to you about something that happened to me, something that I did many years ago. The reason I want to share this story with you is for all of us to remind ourselves that during one's journey, a roadblock does not necessarily mean that it is the end of the road. It just means that we have to take a step back, reassess and recalibrate one's journey and oneself, and then continue the journey, albeit in a slightly modified way. Those were the days when I was struggling to make an identity for myself as a musician. I had crossed the sub-junior level of Carnatic musicians. Not many people know about me. Some people do. Some people think I am showing some promise as a singer, but I'm yet to really prove myself. I have not yet really made a dent. That was the state then. I was invited to do a sub-senior concert in the December festival, which is the 1:30 to 3:30 p.m. slot in the afternoon. So now you know where I was placed as a musician, what level I was in. I used to live in Bombay then, as you all know. I came to Chennai 2 or 3 days earlier, prepared myself, and then the day before the concert, I invited my accompanying artists to come to the place where I was staying so that we could have a full rehearsal of the concert. And they were very, very cooperative. They came and we performed together in a rehearsal. I wanted to do my best, wanted to put my best foot forward. So I sang the whole concert from A to Z, whatever I had planned. And I sang in full volume, with full gusto. We were in a small room, and with the enthusiasm, the mridangam player played with full volume, the violinist played very well with full volume, and I was trying to out-volume them with my voice, because you remember I was full of enthusiasm, so I just sang full blast. The rehearsal ended, my accompanists left, we agreed to meet the next day, much before the concert, and slowly as the evening wore on, I started feeling a dull but gnawing pain in my throat. Every time I tried to speak, I had to struggle to bring the sound out of my voice and was beginning to feel very disturbed. But then I prayed and I hoped that by next morning, by some magic wave of a wand, everything would be all right and my voice would be fine. I went to sleep. The next morning, I got up and only found that the pain had intensified. The struggle to bring out any sound from my voice had intensified. Tried to just hum a couple of notes, you know how you check your voice in the morning. I tried to do that and I realized that I have all but 2 or 3 notes coming out of my voice. It was not a good situation. I had actually overstrained my voice the previous day and had hurt it. Now, the dilemma for me was, should I sing that afternoon or should I not? The common sense side of me was telling me that I should not. I would expose myself badly. I am not able to give my full potential, not even half of it. So I should not sing. I should go and announce this problem to my organizers and they would make alternative arrangements. But there was the other side of me which was full of fear, which was full of not really believing in myself. And when we are not comfortable with ourselves, we end up making the wrong decisions and the wrong moves, the wrong thoughts. So that side of me was prompting me, you know what? You have got this wonderful golden chance to perform, and if you don't, you are not showing your commitment to this engagement, the organizers will be upset with you, and then they will blacklist you, they will not invite you again. So come what may, you have to show that you are a committed musician, you have to go and perform. So that side of me won ultimately, and I went. And actually, friends, can you believe it? I performed that day with that voice, or that absence of a voice. It wasn't a good situation. There was hardly any sound coming out, and I was gesticulating more than I was actually singing. The violinist had to overcompensate. The mridangam player also tried to sort of cover up, but it was not a happy situation. Everybody knew something was seriously wrong. I was miserable. Nobody was happy. I somehow plodded along, finished the concert, came out, and quietly just came back home. That was a difficult experience, friends. Yes, I have now come a long way since then, but I must tell you that after this incident, those organizers did not invite me to perform again for 5 years. 5 years. Well, much has happened since then. But from this incident, I learned 2 things, 2 lessons. The first one, when one is not in full potential, in full flow, it is not wise to expose yourself in that situation. It is better to take the criticism, take the flack, face the reality of the situation, apologize to the organizers, to the audiences, explain to them, but not perform. That would have been the first lesson. The second and more important lesson, friends, is that the bend in the road is not the end of the road, provided you remember to take that turn. I hope there is something for you to take away from this story. I leave you with this thought, and till we meet again, until next time.